Hello, good afternoon. Thank you for attending our business meeting. Notice of a business meeting. Today is Tuesday, September 10th, 2019, and I call this meeting to order at 5:02. Can I get a roll call, please?
Ed Franklin.
Andra Kidman.
Bob Varner, Superintendent.
Desiree Fowler, Board Chair, and also joining us is Executive Assistant Lynn Hoffman. I'd like to take a moment of silent meditation and also remembrance of the lives on 9/11. So if you could join me. Thank you. Item C, Pledge of Allegiance, and I would like to ask Elise Donahoe to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Item D, approval of agenda.
Make a motion to approve the current agenda.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion was made by D, second by Ed. Motion passed. Item C, announcements and comments. I believe we don't have any blue cards, so we're going to go ahead and move along to item 3, special business. First on our agenda here is the Student of the Month recognition, and Dee McCary will be presenting our students.
Welcome back. Coming back to a very challenging year, after having a nice summer break, and during those breaks, sometimes it gets pretty off to read, but you keep it to yourself. You like to make it really not element our students. The most, the harder we try, the person gets better. So very good planning.
It's not on.
Okay, let me see if I can put on my teacher voice many years ago. Our first student is Alex Morales from Lakeview. Okay, Alex is in Winsboro's first grade classroom at Lakeview. And so the pleasure of having Alex and they're all in my first grade class this year. Alex has been diligently helping myself and others around to identify the work students who are showing pride in all areas. Alex has true dedication when it comes to reminding others. He is an excellent student who shows determination and doing his work and helping out his teachers. Alex likes to keep you on my toes and has a great personality that shines. right in my classroom, that has been a great spirit to hear Alex laugh with his friends and see his hard work. And my class, he is a great student to have here at Lakeview. I wish all our students were in that campus. So we have a certificate that we're going to give out. There, maybe I might have that come out. She's going to do the same presentation with her. Thank you. Okay, I guess I wasn't loud enough, so I'm giving a microphone. Okay, from Desert View, we have Shogun Charlie. Shogun was nominated by his third grade teacher, Ms. Veras, because he has a positive attitude that truly lights up our classroom. He is conscientious of his classmates and patiently helps someone who needs it. Logan demonstrates what it means to be a bucket filter daily. Wow. He is kind to everyone, invites others to play with him, include those who are left out. I appreciate Shogun. Determination to complete his work to the best of his ability. In his involvement in partners and group activity, Shogun is a role model for his classmates and a pleasure to have in class. I am impressed by you and very proud of you, Shogun. Is he here tonight? Okay. Thank you. I do have a handful here, a big pile.
There we go.
Okay, the next one we have is from Page Middle School. And we have Elsie Donahoe. Is Elsie here tonight? Yes, you're here. Anna, come up and join me. You can stand by me. Yes. Elsie is nominated because she is an example of a positive and pride. She's in the 8th grader, the daughter of Christy and Tiffany Donahoe, and resides in Page. Towards the end of the summer, Elsie supported her younger brother, a 6th grader, and other incoming 6th grade students with their transition to middle school, assisting with lockers and navigation of our campus during the 6th grade link orientation. Her leadership and positive attitude did not stop there. At the beginning of the school year, Elsie was disappointed to find out that the class that she looked forward to was removed from her class schedule. As a result of data-driven decisions, she was placed to a class for additional support. Her disappointment didn't alter her positive attitude daily. She greeted all staff members and her friends with a smile. For me personally, this was very uplifting. After she found out what she needed to do to get out of one class into one she desired, she focused, was determined, performed, and was able to switch back into her class of her choice. Good for you for being persistent. She tested out of class and was one of the highest performing students demonstrated on the assessment. I want to personally thank Elsa for her patience throughout the process and for dedicating herself to demonstrating her growth with grace, determination, and a positive attitude. Her character and poise are encouraging and inspiring. Thank you for service to others. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for such a wonderful support. You're a wonderful day. See if I can find it. I thought I had these in order. The sticky notes have been removed. Yeah. Thank you much. Let's give her a round of applause again. For Page High School, we have Monica Parrish. Okay, all right. Would you come up and join me? Monica Parrish. Monica was nominated by Carlos Begay because she is always prepared for class and is very attentive while in class. She has a strong, inquisitive nature and sets her apart. I often see her further her own education through her extensive research. Monica maintains straight A's while also participating in soccer and other activities. Wonderful. Let's give her a round of applause.
Bogey. Thank you.
The last one on the list is East High School. Adriana Benali. Adriana was nominated by Mr. Maynard. Adriana's math teacher. She always does her whole coursework and has excellent attendance and asks for help when she gets stuck. She is kind and a wonderful student. Ms. Fletch says Adriana has come a long ways. She's not advocating for herself more. She tends to be quiet, yet she knows exactly what is going on. We are so happy to have Adriana as part of the Halcombe family. So, could I have Ms. Mary here tonight?
Item B, Pride Employees of the Month recognition given by Sandra Kidman.
All right. I would take great pleasure in recognizing our Employees of the Month because I think we have wonderful people that work at Page Unified School District. And with that, the classified Employee of the Month for August 2019 is Eugene Trujillo. You can hang that up, and if anybody gives you grief, you point to that, okay? And I get to shower a little, congratulations. Let me stand right here and we'll shower a little more praise on you. It says here, you were nominated by Carolyn James, and she says, Mr. Trujillo is the hardest working person at Desert View. We have been short-staffed since the beginning of the year, and he has put in many hours a day to help us make up for staffing issues. He never complains and always has a smile on his face, just like right now. He single-handedly takes care of bathroom issues, never complains. He's always kind and patient with our students. It's very rarely that you meet a person with such a positive attitude and strong work ethic. We staff members are so lucky to have you, Mr. Trujillo, at our school. So congratulations. Alrighty. And then we have Rainy Goetson at the middle school as our certified employee of the month. And they wrote a novel about you. So that's how wonderful that you are. So I'm going to paraphrase just a little bit. But you can read all the words and read them over and over again. Rainy, is that great? Oh, are we having a sad child?
Yeah, that's mine.
Do you want to come up and be with Mom? Yeah? There you go. Yeah, there we go. See, super mom and super teacher. Okay, so Rainy's positive. She's positive in conversations with people and about people. She is positive with her students, even in difficult situations when dealing with behavioral issues. Her words are direct, but spoken with love. This is a pride recognition here. Respectful. Rainy's respectful to her colleagues, students, and the administration, and she definitely treats others in a way that makes them feel important and involved. Rainy is often here an hour or two after school preparing for the next day, making adjustment to lesson plans, preparing for upcoming meetings, or making her classroom more inviting. I frequently see her in her classroom during lunch and after school having conversations about school and life. Determined, Rainy is committed to making Page Middle School a place that kids want to come and a place where they can learn. I see this in conversations with her colleagues and students. She studies and researches best practices in teaching on her own and has shared many great ideas with others. Excellent. Rainey is an excellent teacher. She goes above and beyond what her job description calls for. And I've seen her help new teachers outside of her department and custodial staff when needed. Rainey is definitely a model pride teacher. So congratulations and thank you. And there's not. Thank you.
I'd like to ask our Pride students and employees to meet Mr. Waugh at the corner of the room to get your pictures taken. Moving along to item C, acknowledgement and approval of donation. A check in the amount of $3,000 donated by Antelope Canyon Tours to the Page Unified School District band program for the purchase of a band trailer. 2, check in the amount of $1,000 donated by the St. David Episcopal Church to the Friday Food Backpack Program. Item 3, check in the amount of $1,000 by Burger Flipper LLC, RDs, to the Page Unified School District band program for the purchase of a band trailer. Item number 4, donation in amount of $1,000 for the Drum and Bugle Corp to the Page Unified School District band program for the purchase of a band trailer. Do I have a motion?
I make a,
To approve the reference donation.
Second?
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion was made by Dee, second by Ed. Motion passed. Item 4, executive session. Call to executive session pursuant in ARS 3894 or 841.03A2 and ARS 15843F2, consider and decide on a student expulsion matter. And for this, I would like to ask everyone to be excused.
I move we enter into executive session.
Okay. Second?
Second by
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Motion was made by Bob, second by Dee. Motion passed.
We have to do that so that we can separate our...
Dee, can I get you to read?
It's gonna linger both on and March.
Well, she almost killed herself.
Oh, I just get tired of them little kids after they come to the ER. I get thrown out.
So do I say we coming out? All right, just reading that. After hearing the evidence provided to us by all the parties involved, the governing board has decided to uphold the district hearing officer's recommendation and decision and expel student A for the remainder of this semester and 2 full semesters. The student will be eligible to submit a written request for readmittance to the Page Unified School District at the end of December 2020. Alternately, if the student enters and successfully completes a substance abuse treatment program, she may apply in writing for re-enter upon completion of the program. All right, going on to item 5, reports, governing board reports. Mr. Candelaria.
Okay. Just good to see everybody off to a good start. Everyone smile and say it's a really good start. All right, so almost everybody. But we had an opportunity to attend the law conference, and probably one of the better ones I've attended. And with so many substantive things that One that I took away was just with assessments, because that's kind of my heart with assessments and how you do your business based on decent data. We're constantly told that school boards are in charge. It's not true. When it comes to AZ merit and impacts of those kind of things. But they're giving us a little more latitude, and that's something we'll be working on. Hopefully it'll be, we can do something a little more positive for the teachers and lighten the impact of AZ merit. I'm all for formatives and how we do our assessments, and teachers know best in the classrooms. Anyway, it was a good conference.
I was on the same thing with the conference. While I was down there, I had one of the opportunities to check with one of the state representatives about the AZ merit and one of the new tools they have out there, and it's a very simple tool how to look at your AZ merits and your assessments, and it keeps it in very simple terms and everything else, and that's one of the things I'm going to share with the rest of the board here, and hopefully we'll have that link to share with the community also out there. But that was a big plus out there. The second thing, of course, over the last couple of weeks, I've been enjoying the JV football games. They're going to get there. Everything else. They had a couple of close ones and everything else, but it's been fun going to those. I enjoy that camaraderie. You see those young guys out there on the field having out there. That's great.
I don't have anything this time.
On the 10, I just feel like I'm really left out listening to Mr. Candyman. That I missed out. But I did not attend because I have a husband that has been ailing. When these men get sick, you know how much care they need. So I had to stay.
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, goodness.
That sounds feministic.
Speaks true.
Oh, dear.
Well put.
Thank you for the humor, Dee. So I had the opportunity to attend the pre-law conference, the law conference, and the delegate assembly. My goodness, it was a long week, and it was very interesting. But I do want to say I am very grateful to also be on the ASBA's Hispanic Native American Caucus Chair. I was able to round up quite a few people for our legislative, for District 7, legislators for District 7, Myron Zosi and Orlando Teller. And it was a great turnout for a last-minute meeting. Oh, yes. But more importantly, we were able to get a lot of concerns from each of our districts to be addressed, and also one of the things that I really appreciate was with the pre-law conference was being able to attend the social media sessions and then crisscross back and forth to the equity conference, equity sessions as well too. But more importantly, I think that this was one of the biggest events. They had over 400 people in attendance, so it was very unique to see a lot of our board members and superintendents attending the law conference, and I feel like ASBA is just getting better and better with each conference that they host, and fun stuff. And today I was able to attend the hard lockdown at the Page Middle School with Mr. Santana. That was quite interesting and fun. Well, I mean, for our first hard lockdown for the school year, I believe that Page Middle School did a great job. So kudos to them. And that is all we have. And we did our self-evaluation 2 weeks ago for our study session. That was also good. And I feel like we are going in a good direction. We do have 3 focuses that we want to, our board goals that we want to look at. Communication. Oh gosh, you're going to have to help me out here. Communication.
Strategic planning.
Strategic planning.
Communication.
There you go, that's three.
Ed has a summer, okay, yes. But I think this is gonna be good for our district, more importantly, moving forward and hoping that we will do good things from this particular self-evaluation. And thanks to ASBA for hosting us as well too, for the self-evaluation. That's all I gotta say. Oh, I'm sorry. Item B, superintendent's report or comments.
It's been an interesting start to the school year, to say the least. We had some trials and tribulations earlier in the year, and our hearts are still out with that family. NGS, the impact of NGS to the community is about $2.7 million worth of property taxes. So that is going to hurt. It's going to hurt all of us. In regards to students, we're only down around 10 from May 1 last year. So that's you haven't seen the student impact that a lot of people were expecting. So that's a blessing. And kudos to the principals keeping the ships rolling out there, doing a great job. And I absolutely, positively, really appreciated all the board reports and the formats. It was easy to read, it was easy to follow, and thank you guys for a really good board reports this time. And Page Soccer started about 45 minutes ago, so.
Well, let's hurry up.
Yeah.
Let's hurry up. No, I'm just kidding. So, thank you. And law conference was amazing, and the social media stuff now out there is, got to be careful with how you reply, how you respond. All the employees and board members particularly, be careful what people are asking you and how you respond.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I do, if you don't mind me, I would like to add that we are attending the NAFIS conference here leaving next Friday.
20th.
Yes, the 20th. So I'm excited that Page Unified School District is going to have a team to represent, and looking forward to lobbying on behalf of our school district. Okay, moving along to item 6, unfinished business. We do not have any, so we're going to go on to item 7, governing board consent agenda. We have a motion.
I motion that the governing board approve the items on the consent agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion was made by Ed, second by Bob. Motion passed, and I would like to ask Dee to go ahead and read the passage.
A copy of the consent agenda is available in the district administration office. All items listed will be considered as a unit by the governing board and will be approved with one motion. There will not be a separate discussion of these items unless a board member requests, in which case the item will be removed from the consent agenda and considered as a separate item.
All right. Okay, thank you. Moving along to item 8, calendar of events. We all have a list of events. Does anyone have any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Moving along to item number 9, additional agenda item, qualified evaluator approval. Item A.
I mean, we approve the qualified evaluater.
I second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'd like to hear
Aye.
from Rob. That's all right.
Well, this is Lisa Horsley is actually coming back from, for training through ASA, so my recommendation, now that she's completed it, would be approve her as a evaluator for our school district.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Nope.
All right, moving along to item B. Second reading of possible adoption of revised policy JKD. Do we have a motion?
I'll make a motion to adopt the revised policy JKD as submitted.
And a second?
All in favor?
With
Aye.
the-
Oh, discussion, sorry, Mary?
Thank you.
Actually, I invited Mary up to, because he was part of the team, the discipline, team that, asked for this to be placed on the agenda and some of the changes that, the committee's requesting, so.
Okay. The committee is requesting to change Part C from the student has not served more than one short-term suspension or alternative to suspension of 10 days or less during the current academic year to the student has not served more than one short-term suspension during the current academic year. And so our explanation is that most of the students that are sent to ACES are sent there for an infraction relating to substance abuse. And so in ACES, students receive counseling services for their substance abuse problems, and a common part of the rehabilitation process is relapse. The discipline team does not want to exclude a student from future interventions because of relapse. And then for Part D, we want to change it from the student has admitted to or taken responsibility for the act upon which suspension was imposed in a written statement signed by the student and attested to by the student's parents or guardian, to the student has admitted to or taken responsibility for the act upon which suspension was imposed in a verbal or written statement. And what we've all come to agreement on is that the students tend to retract their statement of guilt when asked to write it down, and parents are often unavailable or difficult to contact. We want to be able to take their verbal admission of guilt into consideration for ACES. You guys have any questions for me?
I just wanted to make a comment. In developing these new changes, have you had some students involved in the changes, and what are their comments?
No, we don't have any students on the discipline team, but that is a good suggestion, and we can invite some
I think it's real
students.
important, anything that's going to impact change of behavior and, penalties.
Absolutely.
I have a question. I
Yes.
meant to ask that yesterday. Do you run those by ASBA, the changes?
Well, we will have some support, but it's local control, it's possible.
Right, but I just think they have more expertise when it comes to making sure we follow all the laws and we're not in,
We can reach out to them on the changes to make sure they're okay with it.
Yeah, I think that would be really important.
So
Just,
maybe be pending,
just
approved pending ASBA approval.
Just to make sure that we cover all our legal, that we're legally compliant in all areas.
The only thing, like I said, when you get into verbal statements sometime, if we all know, even though you can write it down, if you haven't recorded it in some type of way, it's he said, she said, unfortunate. And if you were going to go with verbal, then at least I would say it should be at least a recorded verbal, so later on it can be, transposed or whatever. Yeah.
Or witnessed.
2 or more.
But I do understand why, though.
So my recommendation is to take this in consideration based on ASBA's, final approval.
And with some student input.
So,
Thank you.
Right, thank you. All in favor of the change,
Doing that way?
recommendation? Aye.
Nay, no.
No?
No, because I want ASBA to review it.
Okay.
So, but you guys can,
Yeah,
recommendation.
but then we need to make a new motion if you guys are in agreement with that. If you're opposed to that, then you can vote, but,
I think we're all in agreement, we just have to redo
okay,
it.
but then we need to redo the motion. So I make a motion that we, let's see,
Pending the approval.
that we, table this item until we have ASBA approval I mean, not approval, but review, ASBA review.
Barry, can you get some student feedback between now and the, October meeting? Okay, thank you.
I'll second that then.
All in favor? Aye. Motion passed. Motion was made by Sandra, second by Ed, motion passed. Moving on to item 10, future agenda items. I believe we all have a copy of the future agenda items. Do we have any questions, concerns, comments?
No.
Nope. Okay, moving along to item number 11.
I move we adjourn.
Do we have a second?
I second that motion.
We are currently adjourning this meeting at 5:53 p.m. All in favor? Aye. Motion was made by Bob, second by Dee. Motion passed.
Play soccer.
Keep your computer up, I'll come down.
Yeah,
Yeah,